Hey guys, Drake from State Farm 2018 here again with another Gumball review. Today I'm going to be reviewing, like I said in the last one of my least favorite episodes of Season 1 and possibly the whole series. And it's called The Debt. Short and simple, I really do not like this episode because it just feels very surreal and weird. And it's just, let's just find out. This episode starts out with Gumball sitting at the curb waiting for his mom to drive him to the Elmore Senior Talent Show so he can watch Mr. Robinson perform. And already we're off to a bad start. I don't get it. In season 1, they had this very weird thing where they had Gumball and Darwin just infatuated with this individual, Mr. Robinson. Fortunately, in later seasons, this died down, but it just leads to a lot of unfortunate implications. It's also pretty confusing as to why Gumball is so infatuated with Mr. Robinson, because Mr. Robinson is nothing but rude and disrespectful to Gumball. He treats him like he's an inferior species. I really don't get it. But, like I said earlier, it's over. They don't do it anymore, and you have to give them props for that. At that moment, Mr. Robinson pulls up in his car. Mr. Robinson backs up to park it, and Gumball thinks he's gonna run over him. Fortunately, Mr. Robinson doesn't do that. Gumball thinks Mr. Robinson saved his life, and now he owes him to save his life in return. Mr. Robinson tells Gumball that he doesn't have to do that, but Gumball insists anyway. And throughout the whole episode, he annoys Mr. Robinson to no extent. And it's just as annoying to the audience as it is to Mr. Robinson. Arguably, it's more annoying to the audience than it is to Mr. Robinson, as throughout the whole episode, he does nothing but give Mr. Robinson more pain, and make his life harder to live. Also, while Gumball is harassing Mr. Robinson like this, I can't help but not like him for it. Think about it, he's accidentally hurting Mr. Robinson because of his stupidity. It's not quite to the extent of, say, Peter Griffin, but the only reason why I don't hate Gumball in the rest of the episodes is because here's a very important thing you need to know about the Amazing World of Gumball. It has continuity, but not in its traditional sense. As what I mean by not in a traditional sense of continuity, anything that they do is still there, they still reference it in later episodes, but none of the consequences actually take place in it. Which is why I can't really hold Gumball accountable for his actions in the other episodes, because it doesn't even affect anyone in-universe. Another reason why I really don't like this episode is because it has some pretty disturbing moments in it.
Squished Mr. Robinson. Nah, he's okay. Let's go home.
Also, this episode feels very short, because most of it is just Gumball annoying Mr. Robinson. It's pretty much on par with the episode Face Freeze, where SpongeBob and Patrick keep making weird-looking faces and annoys people. And that was literally the whole episode. There's a bit more to this one, but not much more. It doesn't even really have that many funny jokes in it. Most of the jokes in this episode are just bad slapstick. Oh no, Mr. Robinson gets kissed in public. Isn't that funny? Why aren't you laughing? It's hilarious. Overall, I think this episode is just nothing. I barely consider this an actual episode, because there isn't really much to go on. That's why this episode's so short, because there isn't a lot of content for me to even talk about. So this is still my least favorite episode of Season 1, and Season 1 is my least favorite of the series. But, you know, that's still pretty high, because Season 1 is still good on a technical level. Just, it's bad because of high expectations in hindsight. Overall, I'll give this episode a 2 out of 15 because it does have a pretty catchy song at the end. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time where I review The End. Bye bye.
I wanna sing, I wanna dance, I wanna touch the sky with my own two hands. If I sing to the world, it'll set me free, and let me be who I wanna be. Dance, dance and sing, I'm gonna